What's up, my friends? It is Saturday night, and I am happy to report that you can't tell just how much of my dinner I spilt on myself today. Looking in the camera, you can't even see. I spilt an inordinate amount of rice all over myself. Pretty much the equivalent of if you picked up a fork and just dumped it on your shirt. I watched it. It wasn't like I was staring up watching something and it just happened. I don't know how it happened. I also got honey on my shirt, but now it looks all clean. So we're all good. We are all good. Let's grab the live stream link. We'll share that in the Discord and we'll go from there. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, that's good. That means now that that's done, we do our hellos. What's up, error? Oh, apparently saying your name was an error as my throat. I don't know what's going on. Drying out, trying to close up. Anyways, let's try to continue. Hello, Eng, Jess, Teferi, Al, Stormtrooper, Corner, Gossett, Yamagoro, 10-4, Rockhound, Heavy Metal, Everyday, who else? Zircon, Rays, Juglum, Some, Felonious T, Nothing, Nathan, Heavy Metal, Lowbrow, Millmaster, Shelton, Rain, Anthroplasm. There we go. I have successfully completed the helloifications. Oh, Heavy Metal with the super chat straight out the gates. I guess we're going for a luck-based spin, are we? Well, hold on. Let me reorient the board here and place your name upon it. I shall place your name upon the board. Hear my authoritative marking. Okay. There we go. Straight out the gate, son. Let's go. Bump, 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 bump. Hold on, let me close this. There we go. That got rid of some of the reflection. It's still a reflection, but now it's not a white reflection, which stands out way more. Although there is that light, too. Can we get it? There we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. What did we get? Oh, Bloomborough. Excellent. Excellent. I'm down for that. Heavy Metal, you got a Popeyes a mile away that's open till midnight. Nice, bro. Fried chicken goodness is always welcome. I'm like, are my hands... I washed my hands. They're good. There's no honey or food on them. We're good to touch magic cards. We're good to touch the magic cards. Millmaster says you better go armed if you're going to Popeyes at midnight. Things popping off. People losing eyes. I don't know. None of that happens at our chicken restaurants, right? All right, so we got some Bloomborough action. Oh, as usual, we got to make sure that the camera is not going to go all wonky McGonky. So let's just put some cards down. And yesterday when I said it looked good, it instantly went out of focus. So I'm not going to say anything until it's sorted. Okay, now it's okay to say it looks good because it won't change. All right, we're good. We are good. Excellent. Heavy Metal, you're overweight, buddy. Well, you know what? I've been indulging in too much Barks root beer as of late and other junk, and I've put on a couple of extra pounds myself. So I'm gonna take a step back from that and take that weight off because I have no interest in going back to being a fatty boy. It was very uncomfortable for me. My knees hated it. I need to not be fat. I need to not be a fat boy. Okay, so I mean, I'm not going to eat fish. I'm not a fan of fish, so I'm not going to go that route for weight loss. Finch formation. I feel like this is what. Wait, I think yesterday the first thing that we opened had the offspring token for this, so it is very colorful. All right, we got a mountain. It's probably we already got this mountain though, right? I'm pretty sure. Let's double check though. No! Oh! Oh! We finally finished the set of mountains! Hey! Awesome! Okay, so that means the only land that I'm missing now for the Bloomborough set is one of the plains, and that's it. And then we're good. That's dope. And then we got Scavenger's Talent. Oh, I never noticed the little leaf spade that was down here in this artwork before. You're eating 2,400 calories every night. Isn't that like as much as you need in a day, bro? You're just having it at night? That's no good. That's no good. Oh! You know what is good though, guys? Remember how I said that all dressed chips turned to crap and that there was a deal going on, so I picked one up? I picked a bag of all dressed chips up. Apparently, they fixed the recipe and it's back to being delicious. It's back to being delicious. So that is some excellent news. Also, on the excellent news front, Scavenger's Talent don't have one for the set yet, and now I do. And we got another rare with the Dream Dew Entrancer. That's what, 2 streams in a row where we've gotten double rare packs, which seems rare. Okay, we already got this guy though, so he ain't going in the set because he's already in there. Heavy Metal, you're just drinking 2,400 calories? Good lord. Just chicken and vegetables is a weight loss key. Getting some protein in there without too many calories. Yup. Vitamins is a good idea. Vegetables are always good for you. So, it sounds about right to me. We got Mabel facing off against Glarb. We got a Long Rivers Pole wants a frog job. He's gonna jerk you just right. Scarscape Cleric. And then the Kamins. A little robo squirrel that wants to throw yarn at you. That's what he looks like to me. He looks like a little yarn robot. A little yarn robot. Amiibo, yep, keeping track of what you eat is a great way to help you lose weight. I actually have an app that lets you punch in everything and track your calories and all that goodness. So that is something that I used to learn more about food in the past. But being aware of what you're doing is a great way to get a handle on it, right? You can see where the patterns are, what you're doing, right? It's easier to make informed decisions when you're informed. So getting the information genuinely is helpful. Sweet, man. One card closer to the set. I don't know exactly how many rares and mythics there are in the set. I did print out a list, but the list that I printed out is like, it's got everything, right? It's over here. It's, this was like holding, I guess, a playmat in place, and it almost rolled right off the table and would have knocked into my lights and my camera tripod and all that. But yeah, I got 15 pages of checklists here because I didn't think ahead of time and go, oh, I should just do the rares and mythic rares because all the commons and uncommons are going to be way easier to do all at once when you have a whole box worth of cards. I presume I'm literally going to have all of it, right? So there you go. There you go. Heavy Metal, you had fun opening Bloomborough today? Nice, me too. Me too. I just did it right here. Amiibo, you lost 30 pounds through monitoring your food? Well, good job. Good job. I lost like 35, 40 pounds by changing my diet too when I got to be too fat. Just abruptly hit me. I was like, wait a minute. I'm too fat. I'm like leaning on the wall and my knees hate me and all this stuff. So I just made some changes. Every day, where's my Marvel card checklist? I don't have one. I just have a running total. Right now, I have 42. I have 42 of the different cards in my Marvel booklet. So I'm not making a checklist. Why bother? Why bother? What up, Henlo? Jess, you heard a cool story. There was a kid who was obsessed with becoming a pilot, was 12. His parents bothered him for playing flight simulators, and later he landed a commercial plane and saved almost 100 people. Well, I guess he had the right instincts to want to be a pilot, right? So that's cool. That's cool. Amiibo, I don't think you can brag about losing weight to illness. That doesn't really work. That doesn't really work, man. I mean, obviously it works to help you lose weight, but it's just like, do what I do. Get very sick, and then you'll lose the weight. Heavy Metal, you typed your sermon to mow? Like the lawn? Are you going to use it? Are you going to use it to trim the lawn? Corner, you took 4 years. You lost 95 pounds. Well done. Well done. That takes a lot of effort, man. At a certain threshold, when you get too big, it's hard to even exercise, right? So the bigger you are, the harder it is to shrink yourself down. And that's why I don't like worry about my weight. I don't like check it on a super regular basis. Every once in a while, I'll step on a scale just to see where I am. And most of the time, I stay within the range of what I want to be. But the last, I don't know, little stretch of time, I suppose I've been more indulgent, because I think I am about 8 to 10 pounds heavier than I want to be, right? Which, considering that I shed like 30, 40, 45 pounds, whatever it was, I'm not really worried about it. It's not a concern for me. I know that just some modifications to what I'm doing, I don't have to worry about taking on any kind of intensive dietary changes or like a big exercise regimen. I just need to pay a little bit of attention. So I decided that I'm indulging myself for the rest of the month, and then I'm gonna make some changes that will lead to getting back to the weight range I want to be in. Mailmaster, you've been cooking all day, working on getting fatter. Still cooking at 9. That's crazy. That's crazy. Corner, you had a big decision either to do something about it or just let it go. Well, you made the right choice, bro. You made the right choice. It means you get to live longer and you get to live more comfortably. I feel bad for people when they get too large, because I'm like, that must be nightmarish. It must be nightmarish to go through life being that big, you know? Heavy Metal getting dental implants. I haven't had any of that. I've had multiple root canals, but I still have my initial teeth sheathed in crowns, you know? So at this point, I haven't had to deal with any of it. Well, like, did you have all your teeth removed so you could chug dong down at the army base and then realize there was no takers? So now you got to get a new set of teeth? Is that what's going on? Yo, that's just good life advice in general. Forget the dental thing. Just eat a bunch of steaks and beef while you can. 100%. Steaks are good times. We've had some pretty decent T-bone action recently. Admittedly, the side that's like the fillet side of them wasn't that big. It was mostly the other side. But I like New York strips, so for me, not really a big deal overall. Although I didn't understand the appeal of T-bones before. I get it now. I get it. I understand why people enjoy it. The sweet side, the good side, the fillet side. But I let other people like Carly have the bigger part of that because I know she likes it more, and it's just easier for her to chew. I have a big fat man mouth, and my powerful jaws are ready for meat. Daniel, how do I feel about the recent update to Secret Layers? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that Wizards of the Coast is changing it up and going, okay, when we release these Secret Layer drops now, we're not going to put a timer on them anymore. And then when the ones that sell out, the other ones are still going to be available. They're just going to leave them all up. Their attempt to create the whole fear of missing out didn't really do much overall. It just led to a scenario where they would create these bundles and go, oh, if you buy like everything, then you can get this bonus card. And then they don't have enough of the one layer that everybody wants, so everything's gone right away, and they're selling like no bundles. So they end up with like they've got tons of extra product on the layers that nobody cares about. So we're just going to see layers stay up for a long time, and then eventually they'll just take some down because they're embarrassed about how long they've been up. That's that's how I read that. That's how I read that. Stormtrooper, I don't know if I've had ribeye steak. Heavy Metal, you've been using partial dentures. Oh, well, then you're going to be happy to upgrade to having implants, right? Jess, you barely brush your teeth. Well, you should. You should brush your teeth and take care of them. That kind of stuff, like you might think, oh, I'm doing fine. But ultimately, all kinds of problems happen under the surface, and then they jump out at you. Take care of your fucking teeth. It's genuinely important. It's genuinely important. Because you can get infections and stuff up there, bro. And like infections in your head, it's a short distance to your brain, son. It's a short distance to your brain. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that. Amiibo owning an LGS would be tough now with the shenanigans the Wizards are pulling. Well, that's only if you plan to be an LGS focused on Magic. And it seems like more and more there are stores just choosing to not care as much about Magic. They're just like, there's lots of other card games, board games, other things. I'll still carry Magic, but it's no longer my priority. Wizards has just changed things in a way where LGSs are deprioritizing their products, ultimately, right? Because Wizards capitalized on the whole, oh, hey, you got to keep buying our products, and we're just going to keep cranking the prices, and we don't care what happened to you. That's why we get rid of the MSRP and all that. So you can't really blame stores for just kind of going, I'm still going to have Magic, but it's not going to be my flagship thing anymore. Ribeye is very fatty. I don't like too much fat in my steaks, man. Daniel, the timers were just it was just to make you afraid you were going to miss out on it. It's the same way that you'll log into a website and they'll be like, here's an offer. We're going to give you a discount, but the offer is only good for the next 20 minutes. And it's like, oh yeah? And what if I just refresh and come back to the website? Well, we're going to extend the offer again. It's just an attempt to try and like force you into buying because it's like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to get the thing, right? Whereas it seems to be a one of two scenarios. Either it's a secret layer that sells out instantaneously, or they just sit there forever. Doesn't seem to be any real in between. Heavy Metal, the LGS you bought Bloomborough from had more Lorcana than Magic. They only have one Monday Magic night for Commander pods. Wizards has said that Commander is the main thing now. And that might be like better for them in terms of selling products, but it's not better for LGSs because Commander players are more likely to only maybe want a couple of singles. They're not buying nearly as much product overall. And they're of the mentality of, I should be able to come and play Commander for free all night, and your business can subsist off of me buying a can of pop or a bag of chips. And so when you're just dealing with people who don't, it's like everything's changed. Everything's changed. Wizards knows they've blown it with Standard overall. And now they're trying to do things like Foundations to maybe create a road back. But cat's out of the bag, man. You can't get the cat, like... Why would anybody want to play this format where all your crap just rotates out and becomes worthless? Like, Wizards spent a long time building up the Standard thing, and it was the de facto standard way to play Magic. It was how you got brought in. But then they just went, everything's Commander, but we'll still be able to get all the Standard stuff too, right? And then it turns out, oh no, wait, you mean like nobody's playing Standard at most places, and now it's mostly just happening on Arena? Well, we wanted everybody on Arena, but we thought we'd still get all the money we got from, like, physical, too. We thought we'd just get everything. And it's like, doesn't look that way. Doesn't look that way. Mailmaster, oh, you're having big fat prime ribs with your dad? Well, that's good times. Heavy metal, you got the mystery boosters 2 thing. Nice. Nice. The mystery boosters are fun, dude. They're fun. So enjoy that. Chugum, I don't think they can do a reset. They're trying. They're trying to establish like a new thing, but it's horribly inconsistent. First of all, they made Standard into a 3-year affair just to try and sell some old product they had kicking around. Now Foundations will be a 5-year product, and it's all over the place. They're never going to get it back to what it was. It's never going to happen, especially since they're like, we want to reestablish Standard, but also we want all the sets to be for commanders. So we're going to make a ton of legends and stuff in the sets and not really worry about balancing it for Standard, but we still expect you to be Standard players. It's like, I used to play Standard all the time, and now I barely care about it. You know? It's just kind of like, whatever. Whatever. Daniel, your LGS accepts trade-ins but doesn't open their own singles. Opening Magic boosters is an easy way to lose money, especially stuff like Bloomborough, where they were just like, hey, check it out, play boosters will be just as Zazzily as set boosters, and you got to pay the same price, and oops, we took all the Zazzle out. So now they're like, essentially like unbalanced draft boosters. They're not balanced for draft, and they're also not super jazzed up with rares. It's the best of both worlds. I mean, the worst of both worlds. I mean, shut up and buy it. What up, Merfolk Bear? How's it going, Brent? Yeah, exactly. We won't take care of the formats, but keep playing all of them and giving us money for it. 100%. Why do you think they look at Modern so much now as something to force rotation into? They're like, well, we brutalized Standard and nobody's really playing that, so we got to try and keep Modern cranking money for us by constantly injecting overpowered nonsense into it. So yeah, the overall commanderification of Magic has been detrimental to everything that's not Commander, because Wizards just went, it's all Commander. Remember how many sets they printed for Standard that only came with Commander decks? And then they're just like, why is nobody playing Standard? We're not supporting it. Why aren't you buying it? Nishimoto, yeah, it is pretty wild that they absolutely obliterated Standard when it was making them a bunch of money. But I think that they were out of their minds, and they genuinely thought they could turn Arena into a big thing and still somehow extract money for the physical Standard stuff, where it's just like, why? Nobody's going from Arena to physical Magic, and now they're selling decks on Arena. They're selling, like, here's a precon that you can buy. And by the way, if you actually pay us full price for this, it costs more to make this on Arena than it does in paper. It's Magic's in such a wild state right now. RB, you've been playing Standard each week with about 6 players compared to 30 plus for Commander on the same day. Well, I mean, honestly, it feels like you're lucky to even have the 6, bro. I've been watching the attendance, like, just dribble away at the LGS that I go to the point where I was there last night, and the events used to start at 6:30, and now they start whenever there's enough people, maybe-ish, but, like, there was one person there for Magic and one person there for Lorcana. And by the time I went to leave, 2 more people had showed up for Magic. And I was just like, where are the diehards? What happened? This is obliteration level, you know? So I don't know what's going on, but it feels like there's fewer and fewer pockets of actual genuine firing off Friday Night Magic. Like, Friday Night Magic is done. It's Commander or nothing is what it feels like. Heavy Metal, you're going to be preaching? All right, well, have fun with that. Millmaster, do I have any predictions for Monday's banned and restricted? Yeah, I figured they're going to change the rules for Nadu and say you can play 8 copies of them. They're going to double the price of Modern Horizons 3 packs. They're going to call Nadu an official mythic, And they're going to say that you're allowed to play with 8 copies of him. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to pull the same crap they pulled with Hogak, where they're like, Nadu's a real problem, so we're going to ban Shuko. And it's like, okay, Nadu's the problem. Well, we think that by banning Shuko, we're going to get to a healthier meta, and then we'll just go from there. And it's just like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. RB standard gameplay is honestly terrible. The meta is awful. They don't balance anything. They have like 0 time put into play testing at all because they don't care, right? They're just like, whatever, just buy it. Is this a problem? Well, whatever. We've got a new product coming in a week anyways. I can't wait for like 3 years from now when there's a new Magic set every week. Every week. Wrestler Commander is amazingly unfun. It ain't for me. It ain't my preferred format. Lowbrow, your LGS regularly gets 100 plus people for pre-release. That's a good amount of people. Modern tournaments every week, tons of Commander. Last 3 standard events, you've been the only one registered. Wizards destroyed standard. They didn't bother to balance it. They just, when they were like, hey guys, we have our own reasons that we think people aren't playing standard, but what do you guys think? And then they went, we're going to make big changes to standard. We don't know what any of those are yet, but trust us, we got a lot of good ideas. But the first thing we're doing is making standard 50% longer by going, it's a 3-year rotation now. But also, we'll keep like a different rotation for alchemy and all this other stuff. And it's like, what? What even is this? It's like throwing darts at a dartboard for a decision-making process. It's very random. It's just like, standard is failing, and so people aren't buying these boxes. Oh, just make them legal for longer. People aren't buying our rotten, moldy cheese. Oh, we'll just push the expiry date back by a year. What? You know? Nishimoto, you laughed so loud at the Nadu thing it freaked out your dog. Wizards of the Coast's actions. Wizards of the Coast ban decisions. Freaking out people's pets. Wizards will create an advanced AI to play test cards, but then use all of its CPU cycles to have it create infinite untested cards. That sounds right. A wizard, do I think the Marvel crossover will be bad for the game overall? Okay, I want you to imagine a porch, and this porch has like 42 bags of burning dog shit on it. And you're asking me, hey man, do you think that this 43rd bag of burning dog shit is going to be a problem for that porch? Shit bag it up, son. You know what I mean? Like, at this point, who fucking cares? This year has been a joke overall, Bloomborough being the exception, where you've got stupid detective dumbfuckery with Markov Manor. You've got idiotic boop, 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 but we can't even have guns, Thunder Junction, which was just, oh, well, the reason we didn't make a Planeswalker's Guide and the reason it feels incoherent is because it's a theme set. So we just put like 50 legendaries in there, and that's what we're doing now. We're just going to do a theme set every year where nothing has to make any sense, and we just shove everybody in. So who fucking cares at this point? My Little fucking Pony, Optimus Prime, fucking Fallout, Warhammer 40k, The Walking Dead, like fucking Stranger Things, and I'm not even listing it all. Who gives a shit? Marvel is just another fucking thing at this point. You got a big blazing inferno. You think me putting another piece of wood on it with Marvel written on it's gonna make a fucking difference? You know? Hey, we're tapping into Marvel. Really? Yeah, like way after the height of it. Like way after the height of it. Marvel's a dead meme and almost every movie they make sucks dick. But guess what? We've got it now. Chase down the Infinity Gauntlet. We've got serialized Infinity Stones. Please, Post Malone, buy these each for $2 million. Lowbrow, alchemy's never going away. Alchemy's here to stay. Ultimately, alchemy in a vacuum isn't a problem. It's as this side thing. The biggest problem with alchemy is the fact that Wizards basically shoved it in historic and destroyed. They're like they do not want non-rotating formats. They don't want you to just be able to play what you have. They are desperate to force you to constantly get new stuff. So historic was changed into a rotating format by shoving alchemy in. It's not rotating because everything stays in it still, so you can't call it a rotating format. Sure can. Because that's what Wizards is going for, right? If you want to be fucking pedantic and say, well, no, because all the cards are still in there, it doesn't matter. That's like saying Modern Horizon sets don't rotate Modern. They don't, because all these other cards stay in them. Oh, okay, and are all these old cards relevant at all? Well, no, you have to get the stuff from Modern Horizons 3 to be able to compete. Huh, really? That's the equivalent of a fucking rotation. They're rotating out the current fucking meta structure and going, yeah, you have to get this new stuff. How much is Ragavan kicking it up anymore? Ragavan was a big deal. And now Ragavan's like sidelined? Do you hear much about Ragavan? Is he a big deal anymore, right? Heavy Metal, you can play Arena on MTGO, but MTGO is non-existent for all intents and purposes. What up, Kensuke? How you doing? Marvel seems so much out there than the rest of you. How is Marvel different than Fallout? How is Marvel different than The Walking Dead? How is Marvel like less way out there than Warhammer fucking 40K? Warhammer 40K is fucking space marines, bro. Literal outer space dudes with bolters and fucking chain guns and shit. Like, how is that less jarring than Marvel? I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Marvel isn't some way out there compared to all the other random fucking shit they've done. Arby, yep, there's that one arcane signet they made look like the Infinity Gauntlet, 100%. 100%. Millmaster, Magic's just a rule set. It's weeb schwars. It is, at this point. Magic can just have whatever skin dragged over it. Heavy Metal, you enjoyed Black Adam when you were sober. Does that mean you're mentally challenged? Well, it depends. There's a difference between enjoying something and thinking that it's smart or well put together, because Black Adam was idiotic. But if you enjoyed it, fine. The movie set me off like pretty much right away. Right from the slave pits at the beginning, where the movie tells us that these guys mine up special magical metal for the evil king, because they'll get a reward for it. And then the movie reinforces that by having, like, this guy get this metal, and everybody's like, oh, I'm going to steal it from you because we all know you get a reward. And this isn't the first day of mining. They've almost mined up all the metal that's needed for this, which means we're far down the road in this progress, which means lots of people have to have been rewarded. Otherwise, these guys wouldn't be looking, oh, I'm going to steal from you. So then the guy gets this magic metal, and he makes his way through all the people who want to steal it from him, because it will completely transform their slave lives. But you got to remember, like, a 6-year-old boy comes and waves them away, and they for some reason listen, even though they absolutely wouldn't. So this 6-year-old boy leads this man to the top of the hill, and then he goes to the slave driver. Here's the magic metal, and the slave driver's like, great. And then the slave goes, what about my reward? You want your reward? Here's your reward, and runs him through and throws him off a cliff in front of all the other slaves. And it's just like, but no, you just established that they get rewarded when they get the metal. That's why all the other slaves were like, oh, I'm going to steal it from you. And he had to be whatever. Nobody would be digging if the end result of finding the metal was the end of your life. There would be no incentive to mine. There's been tons. Whoever wrote that, whatever hack, idiot, moron wrote that, has seen other movies where they're like, somebody goes, I want my reward for helping you. And then the villain goes, you want your reward? And then they run them through because they're of no use to them, right? Like they have some minion they sent off, go down and burn the Duchess's house down. And then he comes back and he's like, I burned the Duchess's house down. Great job. And then he turns to leave. Wait, what about my reward? Oh, you heard him, boys. give him his reward. And they run him through to get rid of the witness and to get rid of, like, that ties it all up. I don't have to pay you. Nobody can come back and ask you about what you did because this is a singular entity and the job is done. But you still need more of the magical metal, and all these fucking slaves are here and you're doing it right in front of them. So you just took what works in other movies, shoved it into yours in a way that makes this all idiotic nonsense. Completely idiotic nonsense. You're just like that. But no. Right? And then the movie goes on and it's like, the wizards waited until the absolute last minute to get their hero who would stop the evil Witch King. And it's like, so they knew that the evil Witch King was making a crown of power? Yup. And they waited until the last minute? Oh, you have no idea. They waited until the last minute. Like, they waited until the crown had been completely forged and was being run up to the guy. And then they went, we should do something. We'll give all our powers to a little boy. What? Like, it was so dumb. It was so dumb. Nishimoto, you thought of a great lore series with limitless sponsorship opportunities. Raid Shadow Legends. They approached me so many times. I should, you know what? The next time they show up, I'm just going to take their money. I'm going to take their money and do a sponsorship. Heavy Metal! Do the live streams show the chat? Not if they're from this channel. So when they get re-uploaded from this channel over onto the archive, the chat does not accompany them. But if it was live streamed on the streaming channel, then the chat is included. So yeah. So ultimately, Black Adam was a very stupid movie. It was so dumb. Like, I hate it when things are stupid because my brain works. My brain works. Like when Black Adam comes out of the water prison and he just stays as a regular guy to fight a bunch of guards who are only armed with sticks. This is the prison where we keep the most dangerous threats to the world. Oh, what do you use to keep him under lock and key? Well, we've got like 8 guys with sticks. This is where you keep like supervillains and stuff? Yeah, but don't worry, we've got 8 guys with sticks. But he's like a supervillain with superpowers? Yeah, but like the movie decided that he was gonna not use his superpowers for a bit, so like we wanted to have him fight some regular guys because that'll be cool. And then, like, instead of him activating his powers before he leaves the underground bunker, he's just going to go out into the water and almost drown. And you're like, that's so dumb. He has every opportunity to get his powers back before he goes into the water. No, but wait. You got to understand. What's going to happen is when he goes out in the waters because he didn't get his powers, he's going to almost drown. Okay. And then he's going to get to the surface like, and be like, shit, damn. But that's not cool. That's stupid. All he has to do is say a word to get his powers. And he's supposed to be like turning into the hero now where he's going to help, right? Like he's realized he was the bad guy. He gave himself up to be incarcerated. Now he's being freed from incarceration by another superhero who says that they need his help. And instead of doing everything he can to help instantaneously, he futzes around fighting regular people and almost drowns for no reason. For genuinely no reason. And you just go, what were you thinking? Can we have more of him slowly floating in a hallway, rotating in the stairwell? Because that was really cool. That movie was dreadful. Just dreadful. And I hated the acting of the guy who played like the hawk guy with a mace. He seemed so weak. He just seemed like a regular guy with a jetpack and a mace. And I'm like, you suck, dude. You've got like Black Adam and you've got like old Pierce Brosnan metalhead, whoever the hell he is. And they have real powers. And then there's just you, dipshit McGee. Who cares, right? That's how it felt. Heavy Metal says, let's give the wheel a spin. Sunshine, HMC's feeling insulty. Well, Well, let's find out. That's right, Air. His name was Dr. Fate. Let's find out. You're worried about work seeing what you say in the chat. Well, you don't gotta worry about that, buddy. You don't gotta worry about that. You think your work is gonna fucking come and watch my streams to keep tabs on you, bro? Do you think you're the center of the fucking universe? That seems highly unlikely. Oh, it's insult. It's insult, you dumb motherfucker. What makes your stupid little fucking pea brain think that you're important enough that your fucking work is going to go and watch my live streams to see what you said? If you're not even using your own fucking name in these streams, you dumb fuck. Like, for real, for real. You think you're the center of the universe? You ain't even the center of the block you live on, bro. All right? So you need to tone down that main character fucking syndrome shit. I can get fucking hammered as shit, have a drinking problem, fucking only get 2 hours of sleep, and my concern is that they're gonna see something that I've typed in the fucking chat? Bro, what have you ever said in any fucking stream that's actually gonna get you a problem? Like, you're not fucking giving away national security secrets or anything, are you? So, what the fuck is that bullshit? Call me sunshine, you fucking clown-faced goon, right? Fuck you. Joglum, you were rooting for him not to get an insult? Well, guess what? Guess what? Your rooting didn't mean nothing. Mailmaster, the 20s aren't a decade exactly focused on intelligence. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. So yeah, heavy metal, fuck you, man. You don't gotta worry about shit like that, bro. There's zero chance. There is zero chance that anything you say in a live stream is going to get back to superior officers, bro. There is no chance. Jess, when was the last time I got stung by a wasp? Decades ago. Decades ago. Yeah, I couldn't tell you exactly when, but it was like 1,000,000 years ago. I got stung once in my hand when I was drinking. I was drinking at the school pub, and then I was out sitting waiting for the bus, and I just looked down and saw a dead bug mashed on my hand. So apparently I was so drunk it stung me. I didn't even feel it. I didn't even feel it. And then it just whoop, it swolled up big time. And I went to the fucking dumbass nurse of the fucking college's nurse. And that idiot told me I had some kind of fucking elephantitis shit or something like that. And then I went and talked to a real doctor who was like, that nurse doesn't know shit, okay? You just got stung in a place where there's not much room for the swelling to happen internally, so it just kind of squarps out, right? That's all. That's all. Millmastery told us about parrot killing drones. That's not going to get in trouble. Jess, oh, bro, I love that. I love when you have a bike and, like, part of your journey has a hill. So you just get, like, a free ride from the universe. I love that. The park where Ribfest happens, I used to live a distance from there where I could ride my bike up to the top of the hill, and then I could ride down the hill at the park, and there would be enough momentum just from that to pretty much get me all the way home. And I loved it. The free ride. And it's like, yeah, baby. Heavy Metal, you've seen soldiers get in trouble for social media posts. Yeah. But that's like you post on Twitter or whatever and somebody sees your fucking Twitter account versus going specifically to my live stream archive and watching a fucking stream afterwards. You can't compare the two. It's not the same thing at all. It's not the same thing at all. Dustin, you don't know why they let The Rock play Black Adam when he has a no-lose clause in his contracts. Why would they want to make anybody in any of their movies seem like a fucking loser? So, I mean, the reason, and it's not that they let The Rock play him. They fucking begged him to do that and paid him a shitload of money. You think The Rock was like, oh, I so want to be Black Adam, and completely ruin the Shazam fucking, the Shazam universe, you know? Like, they wanted him because The Rock has fucking huge star power. He has huge draw. People will watch stuff just because he's in it, right? Oh, don't fall for it, heavy metal. Millmaster's secretly working for the military. He's going to get you in trouble. He's going to get you in trouble. Dustin, that can't lose stuff is just not definitively lose. Look at him in other things, where like the fucking, like Fast and Furious or whatever. He doesn't auto win every fight, because everybody has those I can't be made to look like a little shitty bitch in those movies. So, like, you can lose, just not ultimately lose. You can be bested. It's like, you can lose a battle, but not the war. That's the way they do it. That's the way they do it. Nathan, you've had the employer try to give staff trouble for social media posts. Well, you know what, man? I understand it from the employer's perspective to a degree, right? You're like, there's a bunch of people who will have in their like Twitter bios who they work for, and then they'll go, this is my private opinions and whatever else. Then maybe don't put your employer's name in the fucking Twitter shit and let everybody know, I work for Dongcom. By the way, I hate everybody. I want to spit in old ladies' mouths and stick carrots in their butts. I work for Dong Lord Incorporated. And then Dong Lord Incorporated is like, take that out of your bio, you fucking clown. What are you doing, idiot? Well, look, man. No, it says in my Twitter bio, my opinions are my own. Oh, well, you're still fired, fuckstick. Right? And let's be very clear again. This is talking about fucking Twitter. Nobody has lost their fucking job from a comment they made in a live stream when they're not even using the real fucking name. That has never happened in the entire history of the overreactive internet and cancel culture. It's literally never happened. I'm afraid that if I type the wrong thing in the chat, that they'll have me neutered and shot into space. Oh, that's a reasonable fear. You know, like, it's bullshit. Like, if you go, Nathan, I'm not talking about shit talking the employer at all. I'm talking about straight up. You're not fucking talking about your employer at all, but you have it in your bio or whatever, you know? Like, I work at fucking Dickcom Incorporated. That's the name of the company, not me insulting it. That's the name of the corporation in this case. And this person's just like, I hate children and think they should be incinerated. And then fucking Dongcom is like, yo, fuck off, idiot. Why do you have your name in our profile, in your profile? And they're just like, because I work there. Not anymore, stupid. You know, like, why would you want to have some fucking idiot working for you that has no awareness of what, like, you can't fault employers for being like, bro, you are a fucking clown out loud. You're an idiot. What are you fucking doing? What are you doing? You know? Like, I would never give an employer my Facebook. It's like, we want your Facebook so we can check your No, fuck you. Fuck you. You want to look at my shit? I don't even have one. There's nothing to look at. You want a Facebook? Don't have one. You want a Twitter? I don't have any of that. I don't do social media. So let's move on with the interview process. If you think that I'm going to give you fucking access to this shit where I'm talking to my friends and stuff, go fuck yourself, right? Like that level, fuck the company. But if you're a moron who goes around running your fucking mouth and letting people know where you fucking work and including it and all that shit, you're just begging for a problem, you know? Yeah, Ape, exactly. Social media posts where, hey guys, check it out. I got super clearance and I'm down here in the reactor protecting the country. And it's like, what are you doing? You can't show classified areas. But hold on, I wanted to do this on TikTok. No booming on my watch. Oh, I'm getting court-martialed. Yeah, stupidity has a cost, idiot. But I wanted to TikTok dance to Jason Derulo. Jason Derulo! No bombs. Like, what? Nathan, you should stop using your real name here? Absolutely, because your employer watches my streams. These live streams that have like 50 people come to them and then maybe 60 people watch them afterwards, this is a genuine career risk. Like, fuck off. It's silly. Zircon, these edge cases are when people report it's not found spontaneously. Yup. Anthony, no, I do not. No, I don't watch. There's a lot of stuff I don't watch. Sandwich, you don't use social media, at least not Facebook or Twitter? I refuse to call it X, by the way, because it's a stupid fucking name. It'll always be Twitter to me. I will never think. I don't even think of it as X, even though the law, like Elon Musk, though, yeah, I want to have this thing called X. You're a fucking loser, buddy. You're fucking pathetic with your sad little ego. And you bought this. You bought Twitter because you were running your fucking mouth, and it got you into trouble. And then you tried to be like, oh, I don't gotta buy it. And then you got sued over it because it's like, I'm just a rich dickhead who should just be able to do whatever he wants, and there shouldn't be any accountability for me. I should be able to talk shit about people, and when I get confronted and I'm wrong, I should just be able to buy whatever I want and then also not buy it and just act like a complete dickhead. Fuck him. It's X. No, it's Twitter, bro. It's Twitter. Nathan, yeah, exactly. You talk such shit, you gotta be worried. Sandwich, I don't know if they have Mellow Yellow. I've heard of the brand, but Zircon says X is the thing I clicked to close the window. Lowbrow, quitting Twitter was the best thing you've done for your mental health in years. Good call. Good call. Twitter is garbage. It's a dumpster fire where people fight and argue over everything. And like, oh, I want to talk shit about you, so I'm literally going to at you. It's like anytime somebody was saying something negative about you out in the world, you automatically got it like teleported into your brain. People fight over everything, and so much of it is fake. There are people who just make fake posts. They make up their own interaction between two people and then go, I hate this. It's like, this isn't even real. You made this up so people would get angry and go, I would never tolerate this. It's not even real. It's not even real. And all these people fighting back and forth over it and whatever. You post a fucking picture of you with your kid, and there'll be a bunch of people saying you're an unfit parent for a million different reasons. Or how you're a piece of garbage for having a fucking kid and all this other stuff. I can't believe you bring a kid into the world. Hey, maybe worry about your own life, you fucking loser. You pathetic, perpetually online clown-faced idiot. Like, good lord. The number of fucking magoos that I've dealt with on Twitter. I only keep it because some people want to reach out to me who watch the channel and stuff through that particular way. So I leave it for that. But Twitter is the worst of all the social medias, hands down. There is nothing worse than Twitter. It's fractious, pointless, nothing useful ever happens on there. Once upon a time, Twitter was actually like super useful for third world countries and shit, where the government cracked down on their ability to fucking protest and have free speech and shit. So they used Twitter to coordinate protests and all this kind of stuff. And Twitter seemed like hip and cool and edgy and like was helping people. And now it just turns into everybody's fighting about everything, and literally none of it matters. Like, none of it matters. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid. Juggum, you like calling it X? Well, have fun, man. I never will. My brain literally doesn't process it as X. I just think of it as Twitter. It's like if I knew some guy named Jeremy and he was just like, my name's X now. And I'd be like, cool. And I'd be like, I'm going to Jeremy's, you know? And I'd be like, what's up, Jeremy? And he'd be like, I'm X. And I'd be like, cool. And then I would just keep calling him Jeremy without even thinking about it. It's not a spite move. It's not a spite move where I'm like, fuck you, I know it's X, I'm going to call it. It's straight up just like, my brain just doesn't absorb it. It just refuses to take it on board. It's just Twitter. It's Twitter. Changing it to X doesn't make it, could changes nothing. The platform is pure fucking garbage. Pure garbage. So much trash. And a bunch of pathetic losers pay for check marks, which is hilarious to me. You pay for a blue check mark. Once upon a time, blue check marks denoted, oh, you're a celebrity or somebody who needs to be officially verified. And then they were just like, you can buy it for like $8 or whatever. And then people pay that. And I just see it. And like, you see a blue check mark and then you hover over it and it's like, I have 300 followers. And it's like, you're a loser, bro. Like, I have way more respect for somebody who has 300 followers with no blue check mark, right? Where it's like, hey, good job. You're just an everyday person. You got hundreds of people interested in what you got to say. Good job. But it's like, I'm desperate to be important, so I'm going to pay. It's like if you paid $8 a month to have somebody stamp on your forehead. I'm important. I get to wear the I'm important stamp. It's like, you're a loser, bro. They literally have a different color check mark now. They went, blue check marks are now gold check marks, and anybody can have a blue check mark for $8. And it's just so many goofbags do. And it's okay. All right. I mean, it worked as a business strategy. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. It's like if celebrities had a special hat that they were given to wear going, I'm a celebrity. And then they went, you can buy a celebrity hat for $8, and idiots buy it for $8 and put it on and go, I'm a celebrity now. No, you're not. Nobody gives a fuck about what you have to say. Like, nobody. Nobody's impressed. Nobody's impressed you can pay an $8 a month subscription, right? You may as well put a big N on your forehead. I'm subscribed to Netflix. Like, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. Oh, man. Millmaster, whatever. Just because you can think of a few good uses for Twitter doesn't mean it's not a garbage fire anymore. You've seen it called X Twitter, which makes you think of Prince. The thing is, when I call it Twitter, nobody's confused. 0 people are confused. I've never said Twitter and have somebody go, what? What's that? Do you know what I mean? So, who cares? Error, I've never heard a sun drop. Yamagro says the best not safe for work drawings are on Twitter. Twitter is where you can go and there'll just be random conversations about whatever. And then there'll be some chick like posting on it going, for the next 2 hours, pictures of my asshole is 50% off. And it's like, what? What is this? And then you click on and it's this fat chungus with stretch marks and she's just gross, and you're like, people are paying you to see, some people are buying this? You're fucking gross, lady. Like, you are fucking repugnant to me. You're gross. This is gross. This is the fucking future, is it? This is like, I can't even imagine having fucking kids in this world, and just like, you got 12-year-old Billy with his fucking cell phone, and he can go on Twitter, and some fucking STD-riddled skank with droopy-ass meat flaps is trying to get him to buy pictures of her blown-out asshole. Like, what? What up, Micah? The future is AI, so everyone looks perfect. Who knows, man? Who knows what it's going to be? Everything's so fucking fake now anyways. Everybody's got, like, different avatars and all this kind of fucking crap. Fucking, oh, Moosh Senpai, I am HoloLive Avatar. Do you like to jerk off to anime drawing? Would you like to pretend that this anime drawing is your fucking wife or your girlfriend? I love you, Moosh. You make my life better. I'm sad inside. Yeah, you should be. You should be. Connect with real fucking people. Not some fucking construct. Hi, my name is Doomgarden, and I'm a Castlevania-looking character. Well, I'm too old for this world, bro. I'm too old for this world. Sundrop is citrus soda made by the 7-Up company. All right. All right. Well, it's easy to understand. Nishimoto, no fat shaming. All obese land whales are special snowflakes. There's this movie, Captain Fantastic. And this guy takes his kids out in the woods and, like, they live harshly. And then he brings them to an actual city where it's just regular people. And one kid is like, is everybody here sick? And the dad's like, what? It's like, is everybody here sick? Why are they all fat? Because everybody's fat. Everybody's fat. I mean, look at me. Look at me. I'd fall into that category too, right? Like, I got some fatty boy belly, right? I got some fatty boy belly. Now I'm leaving to cry about it. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I guess if I'm walking away, I may as well put on the intermission. Intermission. 1 second. Fat boy's got to go cry. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. I got fucking bills to pay, y'all. Use my Amazon link. This is gonna take some work. Don't be a dink. Use my Amazon link. When Hatchet goes for a drink, bookmark that Amazon link. Don't be a bitch. You gotta scratch that itch. Bookmark that Amazon link. Yo, I didn't tell you guys what I was going to do for real. When I said I was going to go cry, it was actually to go and tell all of your employers that you're here and all the things that you've said. Heavy Metal, you just bought a bunch of bundles and other items on Amazon. You forgot to bookmark the link and use the app. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Why? Why? Lowbrow, you figured it out, bro. I just realized, wait a minute. If these fat, disgusting women can sell pictures of their buttholes, then I can too. I'm in the wrong business. I'm going to go and be a fucking sex worker because that's where the money's at, bro. I'm going to go and debase myself. I'm going to go and debase myself. Oh. Oh, Twitter. Oh, Twitter. What a dumpster fire. I remember when I first used Twitter and I got caught up in some dumb bullshit and was like just getting in fights with people. And it was like, I got pulled into it for a little bit and then it didn't take very long before I went, what am I doing with my time? And then I just went, I'm not doing this ever again. And I haven't since. I've never gotten like worked up on Twitter and gotten into anything with anybody because it is the lowest form of time wasting bullshit I've ever seen. I never thought that I would reach a point in life where I actually missed when people shared food posts on Facebook, right? Like, I remember thinking, this is stupid. Why are you sharing pictures of your lunch? And now I long for those days where it's just like, yeah, remember back in the day? Let's do that again, please. Show me your steak dinner. Tell me you're hanging out in the backyard watching movies with your buddies after you eat this steak. Whatever it is. Like, I ran into a guy I know at the grocery store, and I said, bro, I just want to say, thanks for not being a fucking jagoff on Facebook. You just share good times and food pictures and stuff. And everybody else seems to have turned into a berserk maniac. So appreciate it, man. Keep it up. And other people around me were laughing at it because they were just like, yep, I feel what you're saying, man. See you later, corner. Sandwich is getting sun drop at the local Walmart. Oh, all right. All right. So yeah, Carly takes pictures of the food that she makes and posts it. She doesn't share fractious bullshit. And I just don't get into it now. I look at it all and go, I'm not letting this steal part of my life. If I ever catch myself starting to get annoyed by something I see on Twitter, I immediately close it. I'm just like, nope, close that. I took Twitter off my phone altogether. I have Twitter on one computer, and that's it. And I will check it when I'm going, like, I will get up and I will load up all the different, like, you know, I'll check the different locations, the different social medias and stuff, go through it, check the channels, all of it. And then I stay off of Twitter. I just check and see if anybody's had anything to say to me specifically in like DMs or whatever, and then I check and see if there's any interesting magic news on there maybe, but Twitter's the worst. Jess, you try and share the craziest of things. Well, you want to keep it interesting? There you go. Micah, how much of my set do I have finished? I have almost all the basics. I'm missing one plane. I still need a lot of the art cards. And then for the rares and mythics, I think I have 40 some odd. $49. I got, nope, 50. Never mind. There's more here. Never mind. Hold on. 52. I have 52 of the rares and mythics. And I presume I already have all the commons and uncommons. I haven't gone through those yet because I'm waiting until we've gone through the whole box of Bloomborough. Because I don't feel like fiddling around with all that, you know? The rares and the mythics are the ones that take the most time to acquire. Yeah, Magaro, Carly's Facebook food posts are hunger-inducing. She makes great meals, honestly. That's what I said. I was like, you're cooking so good that, like, in olden times, other tribes would want to come and steal you away to do their cooking. But I was like, but I would destroy them. And if they snuck away with you, I would lay waste to their homes and bring you back. Well, somebody out there speed racing. Oh, Mikey, you enjoy the lore of Duskmourn so far? Well, that's good. It's the pacing. It feels weird. I feel like we're only going to get 5 installments of the main story, and with the forced dragon stuff that they put in there, it does feel like it's pretty light overall. But it doesn't have any glaring contradictions yet, which is nice. It doesn't have, like, I thought Jace showing up was stupid, but I presume that they're probably just going to do guess what? It wasn't Jace. It was actually a horror of the house. And it's like, so then the story just went like this. Kaido senses a presence in this evil house. And even though he has a bunch of weaponry, he turns around, waits for it to get really close so he can punch it in the face. So he's an idiot. It's like, you can tell things are here. You have magic and weaponry and drones, and you let it get close enough so that you can punch it in the nose. And then the artwork they're going to show for that installment of the story is going to show you standing there with a weird sword in your hand and throwing ninja stars down into a basement when you're in the basement and the stairs lead up. And you're just like, okay, all right. Yeah, McGraw, you're correct. The stuff that Carly makes does look like it comes from restaurants. Heavy Metal, did I ever play Castlevania Symphony of the Night? I've played a number of Castlevanias, but I don't think I've played that one. Maybe the true horror of Duskmourn is it makes you mentally ill. Maybe, I don't know, man. It's... The Duskmourn story is okay so far. It hasn't blown my socks off, and it hasn't made me groan, with the exception of he turned around and lashed out and broke Chase's nose. And I was like, oh, good, Chase is here. I hope he brought loot. I hope he brought loot. Heavy Metal, oh, you got the Jace the Mind Sculptor? The Fox version? Apparently Jace the Mind Sculptor is seeing a bit of a resurgence right now. So that's not a bad card to score. I can't get any of the animal versions of those guys from my boosters because they put everything into collector boosters. For some reason with Bloomborough, they decided, what if we made play boosters way less exciting than they've ever been so far and put everything into collector boosters? Like everything. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how much of this, like, reconfiguring of everything is actually working for them. Sandwich, yeah, man. Jace the Mind Sculptor was huge back in the day, but power creep and magic has gone pretty far to the point where he's been sidelined, right? World Wake became super expensive just because of Jace, you know? The packs became way more expensive than any other packs. It just turned into the Jace lottery. But yeah, nowadays the power level of stuff they make now just outmodes everything that came before it, like so much. I remember getting the special Jace that came in the book. When you bought the one book, you got a special edition of Jace as well. Feels like a million years ago. What are you gonna do, right? That's the way they do things now. They just crank the power levels hardcore. And there's no end in sight for that, especially with Commander, right? They've got to keep pumping the gas. There's no brakes. They're not going to fucking slow down on the power, and they're not going to slow down on products. I didn't realize how much they were going to accelerate it. Like, I wasn't predicting Bloomborough to have full-on less than 2 months. Came out August 2nd. Next set, September 27th. What? The next standard set? It's like, yup. What? It still blows my mind, bro. When I saw that, I was like, good lord. This is insane. Just insane. Heavy Metal, when they put the original Planeswalkers into Lorwyn, like, the gameplay aspects of Planeswalkers are fun, but the flavor aspect of Planeswalkers is stupid. Where it's like, I'm the Planeswalker. No, but now this card is Planeswalker. And it's like, that's fucking stupid. That's dumb. But that didn't stop them. The only thing that stopped them from caring about Planeswalkers as much is Commander. And now they've just gone, well, we're getting rid of Planeswalkers, but we're bringing in Omen Paths, which are rare doors that only show up here or there. They're actually everywhere, and there's a billion of them, and everybody just goes through them and whatever. That's why we have like 60 different legendary people on Thunder Junction. Why are they there? To wear coats and stuff. What? But why are they there? To wear coats, idiot! No, I mean like in the story, why are they there? Shut up! Shut up! You own an idea, idiot. You like our clever writing? We're creating our own trail of tears. It's you leaving the LGS crying all the way home. Oh, Lordy. What a fucking universe, man. Oh, well. I can't even muster up the same level of anger that I used to. You know, somebody's pissing in the pool and you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe you're pissing in the pool. But when they've just been doing it for years, you're like, the pool's like half piss at this point. So throw another cup in, dickheads. You know, like Heavy Metal, you do feel fucked after opening new Magic products now? They will the ever spiraling prices combined with the lack of care of the company is pretty disheartening, right? It's pretty disheartening. Bloomborough, aside from them making the play boosters not as juiced as previous play boosters, Bloomborough has fewer flaws than other products, and I am enjoying trying to collect a set of it, but ultimately they've just done so much nonsense with Magic that it's become unrecognizable. It's like they fucking kidnapped my kid and then they brought a trash can back with a wig and said, this is your son Hubert. And I'm like, that doesn't look like Hubert to me. It's like, this is your son Hubert. That's a trash can, bro. I can see the dents in the side. Shut up, it's your son Hubert. Hug him and give us $300. Heavy Metal, you spent $800 on Lord of the Rings gift bundles and pulled crap. Well, you know why that happened? Because you didn't use my Amazon link. That's why. If you want to have good pulls, you got to use my link. Otherwise, you're fucking cursed. You get cursed. That's the deal. That's the deal. You end up getting cursed. Jess, raccoons have been trying to break into Cybertrucks because they look like dumpsters. Oh, do you mean the Tesla vehicles? They look like shit. They look so stupid. They look like the cars that I drew when I was like 8 years old. When I was 8 years old, I would draw like fucking shitbag cars that look like this. And then I fucking walked around to the neighbors' houses, knocking on their door, and did surveys asking them which of my car designs they liked the best. And they all looked like crap. This actually looks better than the one I did as a kid. What am I doing? I got a full on brush for this now. So much better. There we go. There we go. That's right, Arby. It did look like an airplane because I had sick car designs when I was a kid. Heavy Metal, if you want an official Hubert card, you got to talk to Wizards of the Coast, right? They're the ones who make the official Magic cards, bro. They're the ones who make the official Magic cards, not me, bro. Not me. It's their world. I'm just crying in it. I'm less troubled by what they're doing now than I used to be. But not because what they're doing is less troubling, just because there's only so much you can care before you just start to throw your hands up and go, okay, all right, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? Like Buddy owns the LGS I go to. You can tell he cares less about Magic. Like the whole Duskmorn thing, he's like, so the Duskmorn story any good or whatever? I haven't looked at it. I don't even care. I can't be bothered anymore. You know, that's the level. That's the level of... Actually, I don't think he even asked me about the Duskmorn story. I think I brought it up. Do you check out any part of the Duskmorn story? Because we were talking about the dragon that was forced into Bloomborough. And he's like, I don't know why they're doing that. And I'm like, I don't either. Like, they're calling it the dragon arc that's going to end in Tarkir, but, like... how is that going to matter? Like, you're going to be like, I couldn't have enjoyed the Tarkir block with all its dragons if you didn't shove a dragon bird into Bloomborough for the hell of it, and then also have Kaido have a fucking LSD trip about dragons burning a city in Duskmorn. It's like, what? What? Heavy Metal, did I ever draw goats back then? Not that I remember. I remember drawing birds. My one buddy saw a binder from when I was like a kid, and he's like, bro, I would pay to have that on a t-shirt, because it was just like, it was me with the scepter and a crown that said King Mike, and there was this not to scale at all gigantic weird looking bird on it. It was just goofy as hell. It was just goofy as hell. Micah, yeah, the dragon hawk bird thing was forced into Bloomborough because they were told you have to have a dragon in there so it ties into the dragon thing from Tarkir. And, like, at least it came through a dragon storm where they're like, oh, it's a dragon storm or whatever. But with Duskmorn, Kaido falls through the floor. The floor opens up like a mouth to swallow Kaido. Kaido falls into a forest that's rotting. And then all of a sudden there's a dragon flying around setting the forest on fire. And it breathes fire on Kaido. And he's like, ah! But he can feel, oh, this feels like Teferi's time magic. So this is a remnant of the past. And then all of a sudden the entire forest is burned down and smoldering. And Kaido looks up in the sky and he can see like a dozen dragons setting a city on fire. That's it. It doesn't mean anything. It's baffling and fucking pointless. Are you trying to say that at one point in Duskmorn's history, the dragons burned a city or something? What? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? They got the whole glimmer thing. Everyone's got a glimmer. It's their hopes and dreams and stuff. And there's the Wanderers right there beside her. And it's like, nobody noticed that at all? Did none of the other guys have glimmers? And then fucking Nico's like, where's my glimmer? Where's your glimmer? And Winter goes, It's like, okay. Okay, then. All right. Sure. What the fuck ever. Like, that's how it feels. Heavy Metal says, here's my tithe. I'll do 5 hail mics and tickle a goat. You better. You better, but don't be tickling no goat buttholes. All right. Let's go for a spin. So the dragon stuff feels very, very, very forced. Oh, Bloomborough again. Nice. The dragon stuff feels very forced in the Duskmorn story. At least it did something in the Bloomborough story, attacking the Nighthawk and stuff, right? It's like, okay, all right, you know, like kind of whatever. Dragon turns into a big weird bird and fights other things, fights calamity beasts. Okay, I can see that. A dragon showing up where it doesn't want to be. Why am I here? I'm just going to attack you, you big stupid bird. Let's go, right? Anyways, it's all so silly now. It's all so silly. All right, maybe we can get that last planes. Juggling, oh yeah, the dragon stuff is absolutely forced. Oh, we got another art card. Oh, look at that one. That's pretty funky. Do I already have that one? Do I already have that one? That artwork looks familiar. I do. Oh, I've got the one with the little signature on it. Okay. And then we've got a foil splash portal. Welcome to the splash zone. A forest. A Dark Star Auger. I think I have this alternate art of him already. I've got a regular Dark Star Auger. It'd be cool if I didn't have it already. That'd be good. Oh, hold on. We're almost all the way through. Sweet. I don't actually have that. Nice. Nice. All right, let's get a sleeve for him. Oh, we're hitting all the double rare packs now. Essence Channeler. Essence Channeler. Channel my essence straight into your guts. Okay. Essence Channeler. Channel our essence down your leg. Do 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 beep do. A beep 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 beep. Oh shit! Both rares I don't have for the set. Now that's the first time that's happened with Bloomborough at all. Sweet. That's dope, man. Then we've got one of these crazy rat boys. Oh, sorry, mouse boys. Put it in your mouse. Seedglaive Mentor. Night Fisher. 3 Tree Scribe. Them's the uncommons. And then for the commons, we got... I like this artwork. Looks nice. We're running away together. Let's go. An otter and a frog. Gonna have a weird, gross baby. All right. All right. Well done, Heavy Metal. That turned out great. Jess, was I a Reebok, Nike, or cheap shoe kid growing up? I always wanted to have like Nike or some of the cool guy shoes, right? Because when I was young, I was stupid and I cared about what other people thought, and I was easily fucking impressed and all of that shit, right? So basically, my mom was like, "No, you're gonna outgrow your shoes quickly. We're not wasting our money on like expensive brand name shoes or whatever, right?" So I had to have like shoes called Winners and stuff. The ones with Velcro from Bargain Heralds, like shitbag shoes that the other kids are going to make fun of you for. But my parents were right. My mom was right to not waste the money on that. And then once the sky opened up, the heavens smiled down and said, "You get to have fancy boy shoes." I got a pair of Reebok pumps. Reebok pumps! Where you press the little basketballs on the tongue of the shoe and it squeezes it around your foot. And I was so happy. I was so happy because I didn't know what the universe was setting me up for. I didn't know what the universe was actually had in store for me. So the Reebok pumps were such insanely bad quality. They had these tubes in the heels, and the heels tore open so quickly and so easily. Because I was a young kid running around in those shoes, like living life, doing kid stuff. And it obliterated the heels of those shoes so quickly. And my dad wasn't having it. He spent a lot of money on those Reebok pumps. So he's like, "I'm going to fix your shoes." And he bought this shit called shoe glue. And it's like black as tar and hard as rock, okay? And he put so much of it on the heels of my shoes that actually gave them fucking extra heels. Like a very, very small version of high heels. Okay? And that's what it sounded like on the fucking in the hallways of the school I was going to. Every single step, I sounded like a woman wearing high heels. And as a young lad who wanted the Reebok pumps because they were the cool guy shoes, that was nightmarish. That was nightmarish. It was awful. Just awful. The only upside is that those heels were indestructible. So this one dude was being a fucking asshole and bullying me, and I fucking grabbed his bike and I pulled his fucking bike wheel over the curb, and then I stomped down on it with my Reebok death heels and fucking bent the wheel. And he was pissed, but I told him, "Go fuck yourself, dickhead," right? So that was the only upside. I wore them for so long. And you went from having the cool Reebok pumps to the fucking loser with a bunch of gank on your shoes that sounds like you're walking around in high heels. That was like, you know, when you're like super self-conscious and you're young and you think everybody's paying attention to you. And they're not. Nobody gives a shit, right? I mean, kids do to make fun of each other, but overall, nobody really cares. DeVoe, you worked at Bargain Harold when you were 16. Well, I'm sure lots of kids like me came through getting terrible, terrible shoes. Heavy metal, when you were a kid, you were like, whatever brand is cool, I want it. And then you went through a period of tough times as an adult and saw the truth and functionality. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about like fashionable brands or whatever. I'm happy to just have whatever works. I did get another pair of Reebok pumps in the future. Like, well, it's my past now, but in the future compared to when I was a kid. As an adult, randomly, some guy who... It's funny, he said something to somebody else, and I'm like, what, I don't get a fucking hello? I don't matter? What's your problem? What's up with this shit? And he laughed at that, and then he was like, what size shoe are you? And I told him, and he's like, I have, like, purple Reebok pumps that I think would fit you. And I'm like, fucking hand them over, buddy. So it took a number of times, but one day he just showed up with them, and sure enough, they did fit me. They were part of the 7 Deadly Sins Reebok Pump Rebirth or whatever. And so I wore those until the sides busted out. I used to walk around in them, they had fucking holes in them and shit. I liked them, but it was like novelty. I wasn't like I wasn't like, oh, I got the cool guy shoes. It was just novel. I'm like, oh, look, it's Reebok pumps, like from when I was a kid. I actually really liked the fact that they were purple because I had the purple hair at the time, right? 100%. 100%. But I don't buy myself trendy shoes at all. I'm interested in shoes that are going to last, hopefully, and make it so that like my knee doesn't go wonky and hurt. That's how I know when I need new shoes. When my knee starts acting up, I'm like, fuck, I need new shoes. And through pure happenstance, the most recent pair of shoes that I purchased, I wish I had purchased 2 at the same time because they've held up so well that people compliment them as if they're new. And I've had them for months and months and months. Like, hey, nice shoes. And I'm just like, I've had them for so long, I don't care about them. But when I look down, I'm like, these really do hold up to the elements well. They still look quite good, you know? Heavy metal, you had banger Nike Airs in 97, but you blew the air pockets out, stomping out a fire you had lit, and then you had to run daily in gym with blown out air pockets? That's no good. Nishimoto, have a good one, big boy. Jess, you buy Walmart shoes and get a year and a half out of them? A year and a half out of a pair of shoes is good. That's some good longevity, man. I usually hope to get at least a year out of my shoes, but it's hit or miss. I'm going to note down the fucking brand of the shoes that I got this time and probably get another pair of theirs because I pick based on cost, how it feels, and how likely it seems that they're going to hold up. I don't really care. I mean, I won't get shoes that I think look ugly as well. Like, if I think they look really stupid, I'm not going to buy them. Because some of the new shoes they make look really stupid to me. But ultimately, I don't really care. I just want something that works, you know? Jess, I know that feeling, man. I know that feeling. Having holes in the bottom of your shoes where if it's even like, it doesn't even have to be raining at the time. If it's just rained at all, or you're just walking through like dewy grass, it's coming through the hole. And you're just like, this sucks, man. This sucks. That's how it was at the beginning for me, actually. Like when I started this channel, I was doing really badly in life. And I had to wear these blown out shoes and stuff and had no choice really in the matter. Getting new shoes was just like, I'll just deal with my feet being a little wet. You know, like it was like that. It was like that. Hey, all I see is Bark says, treat yourself to a cold case on us. Hell yeah, buddy. It's been a while. It has been a while to the point where, for some reason, YouTube thinks that's your first super chat ever. And that can't be the case. So, it's weird how that works. Either way, you are lord of the board, and we're going to go for a spin. I will use that to get bottles of barks because cases of barks are impossible to get right now. We're going through a drought. We're going through a drought. But bottles are available, so I will use that for bark bottles. Now, let's see what the wheel has in store. Bump, 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 bump. Hoi! Oh, all I see is barks. You got an insult, you budgie fucker. You licker of raccoons' buttholes. How about that? How about that, buddy? People are like, yo, I hear somebody fucking playing a kazoo out there in my backyard. But it's just you, tongue in the butt of a raccoon. And when they get all angry, they don't want to buy your... I'm just keeping him out of your trash by getting into his trash. You really are barks. You're just disgusting goo inside. I got a picture of somebody like picking up fat, angry raccoons and tonguing their buttholes now, like for real. Playing it like a kazoo. That's what I'm gonna start doing in my videos. Here, guys, I'm about to sum up Wizard's next plan for the next 2 years. The window's open, so it's a wet one. The neighbors might think, yo, is he okay? Or is he blasting his guts out? I see his barks, a worthy insult indeed. You have won one on the wheel. Enjoy. Enjoy. Hashtag raccoon kazoo. We watched a movie recently. I can't recall which one it was now, but at the end, when it ended, that's what I did. Instead of saying anything, I just went... That's true. You know what? That insult is on flavor because it does tie into raccoons. Petri, what? What the hell? That doesn't even make sense to me, bro. Sounds like the wheel. The wheel makes clicking noises. I don't hear it. I don't hear it. You got good timing. All I see is barks, by the way, for the get yourself some barks, because I'm indulging stuff for the rest of the month, and then I'm switching off to water. I'm switching off to water. No more drinking them empty calories and getting more chubbalicious. Chubbalicious. Because if I'm 100% honest, I enjoy barks, but not that much. Like, I still like it. I still like it. Like, I like the sugar water and the caffeine, but it's not like when I have it, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. It's just kind of like, it's all right. Not too bad. It's not too bad. But I think I'm mostly just in it for the sugar and the caffeine, which can be acquired through other ways. And the weather's cooling down. So I think that if I just have a little bit of tea and water, it's going to be better overall. But this month, it's still barks time. So I'm going to get me some bottles. I wish they had cases, but whatever. Whatever. Oh, yeah, I did tell you guys already. All dressed chips, all dressed ruffles are back. They're good now. They're good. I was high last night. I tried that bag. I took out one big chip, and I'm like, oh, God, I really hope it doesn't taste like dirt. And I took a big bite out of it, and I was like, oh, it tastes good again. And so I just ate a whole bunch of them. Heavy Metal, you just mentioned the Rick and Morty squirrel episode while Juglam's watching it. Oh, you two are connected through the Matrix. You're connected through the Matrix. Yeah, Magaro, that must have been on your end, because the stream has been healthy on my end. No change. No change. Where is that book? Where is my pizza book? Oh, is it over here? So many pages. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, when I saw I'm like, when YouTube's like, celebrate their first super chat, I'm like, that's impossible. He's already been Lord of the fucking Board. He's in the book, right? Like, he's in the book, isn't he? So, yeah, I was correct. I was correct. What? Don't trust squirrels. Who cares? Squirrels are stupid. They'll run back and forth across the street and get hit by a car, man. Squirrels ain't very bright. They're just annoying little dickheads that'll chew through your screen, come into your house, leave footprints all over your playmats, and break your fucking Warhammer tower. That's what happened to me. Me and Carly were like feeding some squirrels, and then we learned, oh yeah, don't feed the squirrels by your home, because they'll break into your home and fucking rob you. They'll rob you. First one of the year, yeah, but that's not what it's saying. YouTube does this. It treats people's super chats as if it was the first one ever, when it's not. It's confusing. It's like it's trying to make me look like an idiot. But they're not getting me. They're not making me look like a fool. I can do that on my own. I don't need their help. Oh, man. Watched a movie called Black Magic for White People yesterday. And it's out there. It is an out there film. Pretty enjoyable, honestly. I recommend checking it out. I don't want to give too many spoilers right now. Who knows? That might be one of the movies we're going to talk about tomorrow. Me and Carly are going to sit down and film a movie video tomorrow. All things being equal. I mean, if she wakes up not feeling well or I don't, then we won't do it. But we've got it slated for tomorrow. Our first ever movie discussion video. Volkswagen might be tied to the payment method, maybe used a different credit card. Oh, interesting theory. That actually kind of makes sense. Heavy Metal, you're still seeking a super chat milestone. Well, keep going, buddy. One day you'll hit there. You'll hit it. Juggle 'em, vibing on the universal broadcast. We're all connected through the hilarity of Rick and Morty. It's a good show. It's a good show. Cranky, what movie? Black Magic for White People. It's about a dude who can do actual genuine magic. And it's just, I don't want to say much about it and give it away. It's just, it's strange but interesting. Certain parts, I mean, like any movie, certain parts of it are stronger and certain parts are weaker. They have like multiple different threads going on. Like, you got the guy who knows black magic. That's the most interesting storyline. Then you've got this like dating scenario between this guy and this woman that have some interesting aspects. And then you've got this rent situation, which is ultimately the least interesting of the three threads that are going on, but they do all tie together by the end of the movie. And the movie doesn't have any like glaring inconsistencies or incoherent nonsense. Heavy Metal, you're feeding your birds Nan bread? Nan's all right. Jess, yeah, well, don't worry. I will definitely see Wolverine and Deadpool. It will happen. It will happen, but I don't know when. I do not know when. But I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right, my friends. It's time for me to get going. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your evenings. Make sure your employers don't fucking find out that you were here or you'll lose your jobs. Anyways, I just lost my job. Bye.